What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to my backyard where it's 17 degrees. Today we're doing 4 starter projects that you can put on your portfolio so that you can start applying to jobs. And I got my little mini igloo here that I built just so that I could take the little Coke can out and kindly raise a toast to everyone for 50,000 subscribers. But it's really cold and I'm not doing the rest of the video out here like this. I'm done. Came in for a second to heat up. When you're an adult, the snow is just like, oh, get this out of my way. Yeah, but when you like actually go out there and have fun, you know, I don't know, maybe I'm just a giant child, but I don't know. I'm gonna go back in. So in Finland, they have this thing called sisu. It's kind of like willpower. They say that there's like no translation for it. I'm like 3 hours into this, and my hands are red, and I'm cold. That would be the word that I would be looking for right now. I'm the little half door here. Pops open. I never really had a chance to say it, but I'd like to raise a toast for 50,000 subscribers. You guys helped me do it. I built this whole little mini fridge just so I could put this drink in there and say thank you for 50,000 subscribers, because no small milestone, but thank you. All right, so I've been getting a lot of requests for what kind of projects can we put on our portfolio? What are some good project ideas that I can show off to an employer? So I was like, you know what? All right, I'm gonna do some research into this. And as I started to like Google around and look at some good project ideas besides to-do apps, besides your basic calculators, quote generators, all those kinds of apps, some good solid apps that you could make to show off to an employer. And as I started to do some research, I saw that Lambda School was doing this kind of project presentation week, and this video is not sponsored by Lambda School or anything like that. I just noticed they had this thing called like a build week, and it's like where like 5, 6, 7 people get together and they have 1 week to build a project. They're given their requirements and then they're just like, go. But these are just some good solid ideas of apps with CRUD functionality, front ends, back ends, designs. It covers it all. So hopefully if you're out there and you're watching and you're finally like, well, he never does anything for design or back end, well, then this video is for you. So let's jump into this first app here. I actually don't have an account. I probably should have done that before I made this video, but Soup Kitchen. So you can come in here, click some bananas. We can update the item. I can change its category. And this is all built in React on the front end. I'm not sure what they're using on the back end. I'd have to look here. Pretty sure it's just Node. This team consisted of 3 different students who completed the first month of the program. So JavaScript and CSS. And 1 UX developer was tasked with making the mockups for this entire thing. 1 iOS developer who made an iOS developer version, which I'll show you. 1 backend engineer and 1 React engineer. So a plethora of different people that work together to make this application. A view inventory, so it's really snappy. Devices, so we can sort in real time here. This is the benefit of React and state management. So if I click this 1 pound of butter, I can delete this item. It's cool. I can add inventory. I can, let's see, sauce. And if I go to view inventory, can I find it? So this is a search bar. There's my 31-ounce sauce that I just added, and then you can update and delete, log in and out. And again, like the application, the usefulness of this app, right? It's probably not way up there, but all of these skills and fundamentals with the login and the log out and the updating in real time and the search and all of this stuff these are really good skills to know. So this is their Trello board. You can see that's basically done. There's a few stretch goals. The way Lambda works is that you have like a MVP, minimum viable product, and you need to get those done, and then they have stretch goals. So if you finish all of the minimum stuff, then here's some like longer term goals that you should try and figure out. And now this is a pretty simplified Trello board. In real life, it would look slightly different. It would have like a backlog and QA and development and then deployed and then done. It looks slightly different, but you can show this off to an employer. You can show this Trello board off and they can see the history over here on the right of everything that people have been doing and how long they've been working on it and different updates. And this is still really good if you can show all of this stuff to an employer. Solid, definitely solid project. So here is what the iOS version looks like of this Soup Kitchen app. It's kind of functional, so you can see it's kind of running in like a browser mode right now, but I can like click and drag and swipe across the different pages. These are just mock-ups. And even though I can't click in here, type stuff, just the fact that you've considered both applications for desktop and mobile. So here we have the desktop version of the app, and then I'll expand the mobile version of the app. So they've thought about how everything on this page is going to move around when they resize the application, how the menu is going to move, how the buttons are going to move, how the footer is going to move. You can see that could get messy real quick. That's a lot of information there. All right, so this next project is like for buying and selling tools. You could see how this could be used for e-commerce. It's called Use My Tools. Basically, it just connects buyers and sellers of tools. Now, the actual whatever you want to sell here, it doesn't matter. This was built by 3 people, by the way, in a week. 2 front-end developers and one back-end developer. Okay, so we're logged in here. We can see that there's different amounts of stock. You can see what's in stock, what's out of stock, pages, so we can add a new tool. Didn't really know that was a button. Brief description. It's a hammer. I don't know. Dashboard. What if I look at one of these pieces here? So can I rent? So it's not available. I can't rent. Makes sense. Rent now. So then it changes its status to be not available. That's actually pretty slick. I like that. All right, next up we have this app called Tipper, your home for tipping. So we can look at the team here. This one had a little bit of a larger team on this one, and you can just kind of tell it just looks more polished, and that's not to diminish anyone's work on any of these projects. It's just like you just have more people, you have more eyes looking at different things, and you can notice more things and get those issues resolved quicker. It's making me sign in again. It's a little weird, but here I am. So I'm an employee here. I'm not a guest, so I think I have to make another account. All right, and so these people, these people are definitely memeing me. Who did this? Which one of you guys did this? Grindreel Overlord, Python's where it's at. So obviously I'm going to tip myself. 9,001. So the credit card number actually worked. It popped up my credit card. Obviously I'm gonna blur that out for you guys. That's interesting. Expiration date, verification code. It'd be cool if you had like a little video here that played like the Fortnite guy.
To help him, all he needs is your credit card number, the 3 digits on the back, and the expiration month and year.
Actually, real quick, before we move on to the next one here, let me showcase some of these. So this is kind of like a flow. Find your server, get a general overview here. They even included a style guide, which is what you'll be using on the job a lot. So main colors, their purposes, different fonts, typefaces, everything. So this next one, the pitch was Guider helps backcountry guides of all types log their private and professional trips. The MVP required for this was the guides will be able to use the Guider to build their own outdoor resume. Users can log in, they can create, read, and update their trips with the trip type, location, duration, and whether it's private or professional. The stretch goals were to allow users to print off their outdoor resume in PDF format so they can hand it off to potential employers and guide licensing organizations. So it's quite a handful. Let's go ahead and log in and see what that is about. So this is his profile, and I can come in here. I can look what he's been up to. I have my own profile. I have no adventures. So if I go to my profile and then I add some, I can do climbing. So this is kind of a basic CRUD functionality application. Kind of almost like a recipe box. We all have our own profiles. We can all see what we've been doing, and we can see what other people have been doing. So it's semi-mobile friendly. It gets a little weird around there. So one thing I just learned about this project when it came down to it, they didn't actually have a design student. So this was all the developers' design, and I think it looks pretty good. I think it's you got color coordination. You got like a background video on the login page. Buttons are fairly straightforward and simple. It's easy to navigate. All right, so I know these projects might seem a little overwhelming since they were like groups of people building these huge apps, but just build out like one piece of the functionality. Just build out the authentication, then have an app that has authentication, and then add another piece onto that for the next week so that you can go to your profile and add and remove posts, or maybe create a database and then do that for a week, and then maybe spend another week figuring out how to build the API so that you can connect to your own database from the front end, and then maybe spend a week where you make some wireframes so you can figure out how this is actually going to work. So like break these projects apart and try to, fit your feet into the shoes of each person's responsibility over time. You don't have to do everything all at once here. And the main thing that these projects had in common is they were tracked in terms of project management. They had Scrum Masters. They used Trello to manage their tasks and their dates and all that. They had CRUD functionality, so you could log in, log out, and almost all of them. They had a backend that was custom made. They had authentication, and most of them had designers. And they worked together to create this app, and they did it in a week. So I hope this video has been helpful for you guys. If it has, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Again, all these people are Lambda students, so if you're interested in Lambda School or you want to check it out, there's a link for Lambda School down in the description. You don't pay anything until you get a job, blah, blah, blah. It's not, you guys have seen this spiel before. I'm not paid to do this video, but if you want to check it out, the link is down there. It doesn't go anywhere. And let me know what you want to see in the other videos. I appreciate you guys. It's getting late here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for the live stream.